Since I've been here, I've loved the community that I've received and everyone that I've met, and I just want to make that a space for other first years.
After a historic first-year election, Sahasra Molleti and Hayden Matay were announced as president and vice president of the first-year class, with Talmadge Gunter, Manuela Codwell, and Carolyn Tay elected as the first-year student representatives. This victory comes after a closely contested election that required a runoff. To learn more about their goals for their term and why they wanted to lead the class, WUVA sat down with Sahasra and Hayden to learn more.
We have a couple specific goals. For one, the first year formal will be the biggest event we put on. Right now we've got a new bar we've got to hit because every previous council kind of breaks the attendance record. So this year we're looking to get 1,800 attendance. Let's see, other specific ones?
One thing we really ran on is we really want to do a blood drive, and I think that kind of centers around our main goal of having a first-year council that is bringing together all the first years, but also every event that we do is having some kind of social impact and helping organizations outside of just UVA as well.
Before all of this came to its fruition, Sahasra and Hayden had to compete against multiple candidates before becoming the president and the vice president of the class of 2028. Sahasra and Hayden shared the experiences of how they became running mates and the campaigning path they have taken prior to election day.
We actually first met right over there.
Yeah.
We both had a club interview on the lawn.
Both
and
got rejected.
Yes.
But
it was a group interview, and that's how we met. And then I asked Hayden if he wanted to be my running mate, just because he was a super social guy and I thought he would have similar goals to me, and it worked out.
The campaign period was absurd, to say the least. She I would have been nothing without her driving me to we'd be up at 3 a.m. Making these big M&Ms with chalk. I don't know if you've seen outside of our dining hall there's this huge cartoon M&M that just it's just a bunch of little things like that contributed to being able to actually put together a victory. But I don't know, it was a lot of late nights for sure.
We bought 256 pieces of chalk.
Yeah.
And probably spent about $300, $400 just on candy, M&Ms. But I'd say one of the biggest things, while campaigning we had a bunch of different methods. We flyered as much as we could, we chalked, we tabled outside of O-Hill for hours. But I'd say one of the biggest things we did was creating a brand. It just happened to be that our last names both start with M.
Right.
So the M&M brand just really worked. And then once people saw that, they would just be like, oh, M&M, I'm just going to click their last names.
And
it worked that
one
way.
thing that was really helpful was in the runoff, it kind of created this crazy atmosphere where it was okay, the top two candidates move on, and it's this big 1v1 thing. So it was kind of like everybody got to pick a side, and we were lucky enough that enough people picked M&M, so the brand was very helpful.
This triumph represents a pivotal shift in the political landscape for Sahasra and Hayden, as they strategize to enact and implement transformative policies aimed at the bonding amongst the first years and creating a social impact for them. Since their victory, Sahasra and Hayden have been building their team and defining the roles of each council member. Their goal is to foster a strong sense of community among first years and make a positive impact on the UVA community.
I feel the biggest thing we've been doing so far is setting up our council just to make sure we're able to have a wide reach with first years, and that has looked like planning our committees and choosing executive positions, but also the biggest stage that we're in right now is brainstorming.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just trying to set up our council to be able to work as cohesively together as possible so we can better plan awesome events for first years here.
Sahasra and Hayden share more on what they're currently doing and what they hope for the rest of this academic year.
I mean, I guess it's easy just to say unity. We're part of a really incredible community here at UVA, and just being able to connect first years within the first year class as well as to upperclassmen as well. Something we have planned is setting up a peer mentoring program where fourth years can sign up, volunteer to be mentors for first years, and it's little things like that are just going to be so beneficial to just sowing the seeds of connection between every UVA student. So
a lot of people aren't extroverted, and a lot of people don't know about opportunities they have to meet other people. So I think Hayden and I, one of our biggest goals is to just make that super accessible for first years and to genuinely make them feel like they have a home here at UVA.
Yeah.
Stay tuned as we continue to follow this evolving story and provide updates on the new administration's initiatives and policies in the coming weeks.
Hopefully planning a first event. Keep an eye out. Follow Class of 2028 UVA on Instagram. It would really help if we could start getting some publicity for some events because, you know, attendance is what makes them. So.
We just want to help you guys. Like, we just want to make this a fun place for you. That's like our whole job in this position.
Right.
If you have any ideas, anything you think we can do better, please reach out to us. You can email, like text, anything.
See us on the street, like
DM,
literally
DM
anything.
us on Instagram. Like, we're just people that just want to make UVA fun.
I'm Sam Shibu, WUVA.